Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Hope everyone's had a great Friday. It's currently Friday night, 10:24 p.m., the 10th of July. Hope everyone's doing well. Saw two games of football tonight. We saw the Gold Coast beat New Zealand 16 points to 12. And we saw South Sydney beat the West Tigers 18 points to 10. Welcome to the Friday Night Football Review. I thought both games were very average, to be honest. Bit disappointed with the last game. I thought it was not what I expected. I thought it was a bit disappointing. I didn't think it lived up to what I thought it would. I thought um, it was just another game of football. It wasn't anything great, in my opinion. Before I get into that one, I just want to give a quick shout out to Warriors NRL Fanatics. He was at the Titans and Warriors game tonight, so shout out to Warriors NRL Fanatics. He has a YouTube channel, so type it up on YouTube, Warriors NRL Fanatics. Go and subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I'm sure he had a good night at the game. Obviously, not the result that he wanted. So yeah, go and check his YouTube channel out, and hope he's doing okay after that performance. What a shit game that was, seriously. Well, here comes Dad. How's the Dragons going to go Sunday night, Dad?
Shitty.
Dragons over Manly. Well, 1 to 12. 13 plus. Dragons over Manly. It could be the bet of the year. You never know. So let's talk about the Titans and Warriors game. I'm not going to spend too long on this because I thought it was a really, really boring game. Nothing exciting, to be honest. I mean, the end of it was all right, but the Warriors got off to a great start. Tuvasa Sheck with the first try, and then Ken Mamalo with the second one. They scored 2 tries in about 8 minutes, the Warriors, or 5 minutes to be fair. But the Warriors look like they're going to go on and win by 30 on early, and then Anthony Don hits back with a try for the Gold Coast, and then Sam Stone scores late in the second half, and then the young kid, what's his name? Firma, I think his name is. Bo Firma. He scores a try because Blake Green taps it back. The idiot should have just picked the ball up. He just tapped it dead and then didn't go dead. And then Firma scored and then the Titans held on to win. It was a good comeback. The Warriors, for mine, again, too inconsistent. They just lack a lot of... the Warriors lack a lot of things at the moment and they're just not consistent. How do you beat the Broncos last week when you're down 10-0 and you go on to lead 12-0 against one of the shittest teams in the competition and you just let that game slip away? I know the Warriors had some tough calls go against them, but when you're up 12-0 against one of the worst teams in the competition, you should honestly go on to win that game. I thought it was disappointing from the Warriors. As for the Titans, I thought they were okay. They showed a bit of heart tonight. They came back really well. They got some momentum, and I thought they played well. I thought Jamal Fogarty had a fantastic game. I thought he was outstanding. Notice how the Titans played a lot better when Ash Taylor went off the field. Funny how that works. I thought Moe Fodawaker was absolutely outstanding. Thought he was phenomenal for the Gold Coast. As for the Warriors, I thought the young back rower Jack Murphy played well. He looked dangerous when he had the ball, and then he went off the field for Isaiah Papali'i, which, again, it's a good thing, but you got to try and find room for Jack Murphy because I think he's dangerous. I think he's a good young player coming through. And I know he's on the loan deal from Canberra, so I think Jack Murphy's a good young player, and I think he's the future of whatever club he ends up at next year or wherever he goes. But I thought he had a decent game. But looking at the stats, I mean, I think the Titans' completion rate the first 5 successful, I think they were 0 from 5 to start off. So, you know, I thought it was an average game, to be honest. I thought Corey Thompson played well. Jai Arrowhead tried well too. But like I said, I'm not going to spend long on this game. I'm going to give the Warriors' performance tonight a 3 out of 10. They just let the game slip again. I'm going to give the Gold Coast performance a 6.5 out of 10. Good comeback. 12-0 is not much of a lead nowadays, but good effort to come back. Now, best 3 on ground. I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go Jai Arrow. Number 2, I'm going to go with Jamal Fogarty. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Moe Fodawaker. I thought he was outstanding for the Gold Coast. Now, let's move on to the game that we just seen. The Rabbitohs beat the West Tigers 18 points to 10. Now, this game infuriated me because it was just a very annoying game because one, the Tigers didn't show up. Two, the Rabbitohs are a bunch of I don't know if it's the Rabbitohs, but they got a couple of players who are just dead set grubs. And number three, the game was absolute shithouse. The South Sydney Rabbitohs scored 4 tries tonight. They kick all the goals. They win 24-10. But Reynolds he turned 30 today, so happy birthday to Adam Reynolds. His goal kicking was absolutely awful tonight. Probably the worst I've ever seen him goal kick, but his overall performance was absolutely outstanding. I thought Adam Reynolds was terrific for the South Sydney side tonight, but Michael Maguire needs to be questioned about this. Now, the young kid on debut on the wing for the West Tigers, Hoffman. Why would you debut Hoffman on the wing against an international origin Queensland winger in Dane Gagai? I thought that was really fucking stupid. Now, I think Hoffman's a good young talent. He's the future. He's got a long way to go in his career, but why would you debut him against a Queensland winger in Dane Gagai? Gagai gave him an absolute bath. Hoffman came in a heap of times. He had no idea what he was doing. He was confused. He was lost. The poor kid's confidence could be rocked because of that. He did score a nice try late in the game there, but anyone could have scored that. But I just feel sorry for him because putting all the pressure on the young bloke was disappointing. Now, a lot of criticisms come from Fox and a couple other rugby league media places about Luke Brooks' performance tonight. Now, Brooks was average. He was pretty ordinary tonight. I thought Benji Marshall played all right when he came on the field, but, you can't expect Benji Marshall to do much when you're down 18-0 with 50 minutes to go. What do you expect Benji Marshall to do? I mean, that's tough. Now, next, let's talk of Brooks getting dropped for the next weekend against the Broncos and going with Reynolds and Benji in the halves. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But, Brooks looks a bit too comfortable in the halves. Maybe he does need a reality check for a week or two. But the Tigers tonight, they were very structured. They were very frustrating. I thought Josh Alloway had a great game. I thought he scored a nice try there for the Tigers. I thought Adam Doueihi played well. I thought David Nofoaluma played okay. Harry Grant tried really hard. Now, the incident between Josh Reynolds and Latrell Mitchell. Let's talk about it. Now, in the first half, it was only early in the game. I think it was within about 10 minutes. Josh Reynolds was chasing the ball, and he accidentally kicked Adam Doueihi in the head. Now, I mean, not Adam Doueihi, Campbell Graham in the head. And then Latrell Mitchell comes in, and bang! Codangs Reynolds, and they get up and they're arguing. I'm sitting there going, bunch of fucking 12-year-old kids carrying on like a bunch of dickheads. And then later on, Reynolds gets hit again by Latrell, which I thought was disgusting. And Adam Doueihi makes a break there towards the end, and Latrell just goes whack right in the face. Dewey's pissed off. I don't blame him. Latrell's on report. He's lucky it wasn't a penalty. It should have been in the bin, honestly. I thought it was a professional foul. Now, I'm not going to sit here and criticise Latrell Mitchell, but honestly, Latrell Mitchell is a grub. He is a dead set grub. I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist at all. I'm just saying. Latrell Mitchell at the Roosters was a fantastic young player. Had some grubby things in his game that he sort of fixed up. Goes to South Sydney. Loses the Trent Robinson father figure leadership, I guess you could call it. Goes to Souths. Wayne Bennett, what the fuck's he doing? Like, Latrell needs a reality check, seriously. The shit that he was doing tonight was pathetic. I know Josh Reynolds was a bit dirty as well, and he's always been known to be a grub, but come on. Latrell tonight was absolutely disgusting, and I thought, he was dirty, and I thought it was ridiculous, and I reckon he might cop a week on the sideline I know he's been on report for a couple of things, but come on. That was ridiculous. We all know how good Latrell Mitchell is when he's not being a grub. He's a quality player. I mean, last year he was the best centre in the world, and then goes to South to play fullback, and so far, in my opinion, it's been an absolute failure. Seriously. He's improving at fullback, but if South Sydney want to contend for a premiership, he sure as hell is not a premiership winning fullback. I can tell you that for a fact. He's just another player who's he's just got some good skill. He's not even a top 10 fullback. Seriously. I think he's a quality player on his day, but he's just so inconsistent. He's not a top 10 fullback. He's just another great player who's not consistent enough. He reminds me of Sean Johnson. Remember when Sean Johnson was a great player, best player in the world at one point, and then he goes missing for a couple of years and doesn't do anything. Inconsistent. Latrell Mitchell's doing the same thing right now. Inconsistent. Best center in the world last year. Now he's hot and cold like a yo-yo. Seriously. Anyway, I thought he had an okay game, probably like a 5 out of 10 performance. But that shit he's doing, like the swinging arms and the shit in the tackle, grabbing his fist and going bang. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not here to bash Latrell. I'm just telling you the truth. No one else on YouTube's going to have the guts to say what I've got to say about certain players. You know, he's just been an absolute grub lately, and I think he needs to be dropped for a week or two, or at least cop the suspension, because everything he's doing right now is fucking ridiculous. And South Sydney fans out there must be pissed off because they know how good Latrell can be. He just does so much stupid shit on the field. It's ridiculous. You know, come on, wake up yourself. Fuck me dead. Now, back to the game itself. I thought it was a shit game. Let's be honest. It wasn't a great game of football. My best 3 players on field tonight. I'm gonna go. Number 3, I'm going to go with Jaden Sewer. I thought he was terrific. Number 2, I'm going to go with Dane Gagai. I thought he was terrific. He scored 3 tries. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Adam Reynolds. I thought his kicking game was outstanding. I thought his control was great. I thought it was Adam Reynolds was one of his best games in a while too for Adam Reynolds. So I thought he was terrific tonight. I'm going to give the West Tigers performance a 4 out of 10. I thought they were flat. They weren't nowhere near their best. I'm going to give South Sydney's performance a 6.5 out of 10. For mine, Souths are still unimpressive, and I think they can still got a little bit to work on if they're going to be anywhere near the top 8 or the top 4. They're in the 8 at the moment. I think they're coming, they're 7th at the moment on the live ladder. So if the Sharks win tomorrow, and I think the Manly win on Sunday, they'll be out of the 8 again, but who knows. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I've gone on a bit too long tonight, but hope you guys enjoyed the Friday Night Football review. Make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I will be live streaming the Cronulla versus Penrith game tomorrow at 3 p.m. on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, have a great Saturday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.